Hey, what's up guys, Sir Emanon here, and welcome to another feature match on the channel today, which is going to be the top 16 of the LCS number 9, and it's going to be featuring Jesse Kotton versus Kha Bui, so this should be a very exciting matchup. We saw Kha in a feature match earlier, I believe it was round 6, and unfortunately his deck bricked twice. We also know that Jesse is on, well I knew at the time at least here, that he's on Drytron. So he's going to be going first here. He's going to be activating Preparation of Rites to search a Ben 10. And Kha's on Eldlich as well. I'm not sure if I mentioned that. But Alpha Thubin going to be used. That is a strong opening. Alpha plus Ben 10. Going to go ahead and search for Ritual Monster as well as a Light Fairy. So Jesse is immediately off to the races. Going to search another Ben 10. And then trigger Ben 10 again. Or not again, but triggering Ben 10 here. To search a Herald of Orange Light. So I do wonder if he's going to use this as hand trap insurance or if he is going for fiber combos. He also opens Fafnir, so this is a way to access Zeta if he doesn't already have it. Maybe a Gamma here. Of course after Nova. That is kind of skipped a step there. But yep, Nova going to be used next. I was going to special a Drytron name. And it's going to be Zeta. So he can also go for a Union Carrier play here too. Going to do that, and he's now able to equip Dawn Knight with the carrier on itself. We'll see if he hard opened the Medionis Drytron, or if he's going to have to use Zeta first in order to tribute the Ben 10 out of hand to search for it. We'll see what his opener looked like. We know his hand is a Herald of Orange Light and Ben 10, so we'll see what the follow-up ends up being. He still has 2 other cards in hand. Going to be using Zeta here. Jesse not wasting any time. He obviously knows what he is doing. Going to go ahead and summon Zeta, attributing the Ben 10. That's going to search for Medionis. And now Ben 10 can go ahead and grab another search. This can fulfill the missing piece for Herald of Orange Light if needed, or just grab another Ben 10. He has not conducted his normal summon yet. He can now use Medionis to attribute away the carrier to summon back the Ben 10. And then he's going to use Dawn Knight. That's going to go ahead and send probably Gamma if he doesn't have it yet. And he also has not used Medium Strytron's Graveyard effect, so a lot of options. Very many options. So he's just getting an insane amount of value here. He's gonna have like 4 cards in field and 5 in hand after he resolves Gamma. So he'll be +4. Which is kind of absurd. Oh wow, he isn't even going for your Gamma. He already maybe has it. Gonna go for Medium Stride, trying to add still back to hand after sending the Delta. Possibly valuing the draw here. We'll see. But yeah, Jesse in a very good spot. We got a lot of watchers here. I was kind of like scrolling through here just to see. I was thinking a little bit. Going to be using the Delta, attributing away the Ben 10. That can reveal to draw. We know he has a 3rd Ben 10 in hand, as well as Medionis. So he can reveal to draw, and then trigger Ben 10 again. So, yeah, this is absurd. He's going to have 7 cards in hand. Searching Ava. So I do wonder if he's playing the Herald of Perfection stuff or Herald of Ultimateness to be able to like trigger these cards. We shall see. Going to perform a Link summon, or if no, he's tribute summoning for Vanity's Ruler. Okay, so he is on the Vanity's Ruler build. I did not know the specifics of his build. I just kind of like hopped into matches for a couple seconds here and there in some downtime. Going for Medionis Drytron, that's going to tribute away Gamma. So he did have the Gamma in hand. Gonna summon it out to Ben 10. This is not a once per turn, of course, to Ritual, only to add back. He can now use the Gamma, tribute away the Ben 10, and then trigger Gamma again. So yeah, Nibiru is off, of course. Gonna be summoning back the Zeta, trigger the Ben 10. And that will search for another Light Fairy. Gonna be Natasha. I like this card a lot. Really good. And going to Link Summon. Let's see what he goes for. Herald of Mirage Lights. This card's awesome. I really like this card. So this is a negation for spell or trap cards or effects. Similar to Herald. And also, if it's in your possession sent to a graveyard by an opponent's card, you can add up to 2 ritual monsters and a ritual spells with different names from your graveyard to your hand. And what's cool about this is that you can actually send this off of, if your opponent uses Maximus, you can send this because it's possession, right? So you can actually add stuff back to your hand. I really, really like this card. I was hoping that people would play this, and good to see this here. Big fan of this card. So he's got some valuable negations here, and if his opponent does like beat over it in battle, you just add stuff back to hand, just get a lot of value. So yeah, we know Jesse's hand has, let's keep track without having to look. It's Ava, the third Ben 10. It has Orange Light, Natasha. I don't know if we know the last card. I'm just gonna check real fast. Oh, is it a Meteor's Drytron? Oh no, it's not actually showing correctly the cards in hand. Alright, never mind. So let's see. Kha's is gonna go ahead and set 3 and pass. How is he going to get around the Vanity's Ruler? That is the big question. Now the thing is that against this matchup, it is a little bit risky just because like you can lose out to an effect of Eldlich in hand, but Kha not drawing it here, and we're going to see now all the Drytrons are back live for this turn, so Alpha going to go ahead and tribute away the Ben 10 to summon itself. That allows him to search for a ritual monster and then subsequently search off the Ben 10. He's going for Draconids. Alright, so he's playing Draconids in the main deck. That is very fascinating. I've seen some builds play both Draconids and Quadrantids at one apiece. Others are playing just one. Others are playing neither. So we will now see. Ben 10 going to go ahead and trigger here as well. He's very safe against hand traps because he has Herald of Orange Light in hand still. And, oh my god, he's main decking Herald of Purple Light here. That is a meta call for Eldlich. And as well just for generic trap decks. Because, again, with combo rotating out of the format here, we see a resurgence in things like Dogmatica and just generic back row. We've seen, you know, like Avery Foster, for example, play like a 60 card list. We've seen that elsewhere as well. A lot of people on like a 60 card build. Also going to be using the Meteor's Drytron. That's going to reduce the Alpha Thubin by 1,000 to return itself back to the hand. He's then going to go for Quadrantids. Well, he's going to pitch it for the Delta, that is. I don't know why I said go for Quadrantids. It's not like it has a hand effect. That I know of, at least. But he's going to reveal to draw a card. But yeah, this gets some pops during your opponent's turn. You can pop up to 2. And it's not targetable either with monster effects. Quadrantids is really cool too. That's the one that is Harpy's Feather Duster. And you can like continually loop these with Meteor's, which he of course has in his hand now. So he has Herald of Orange Light, Herald of Purple Light. He has Natasha. He has Meteor's. He has... Gosh, I'm like losing track of everything in his hand. He has searched so many times this game. He's going to go for a Nightmare Phoenix with the Delta and the Alpha. He has Ava, which we knew about. That's going to go ahead and get him some more searches. And that's just going to be game 1 here. So I imagine that both players know... Well, obviously Kha now knows what Jesse is on, but I imagine Jesse knows what Kha is on as well. By this stage of a tournament, nothing's really concealed anymore. But just in the off chance that he isn't, you know, might as well scoop at that point, especially if you are confident that you are not going to be able to come back from that game, as it was highly unlikely at that stage. But we're going to now move into game 2, and we will see if Kha is able to amount a good enough board to stop Drytron. I think Drytron is arguably, it could make an argument for the best deck. For sure. It's very young, it's in its infancy, people have not solved it yet, and it's already looking very strong. Obviously, I think if people like Jesse are on it, then, you know, he's going to be able to pioneer it and make it, you know, something that like will actually be, you know, head and shoulders above the competition. But we're going to see now, moving into game 2, Kha's going first, unsurprisingly. Reminder, he is on Eldlich, even though we didn't see any Eldlich cards in game 1. He's also on a big Dragoon package with Insight and Red Ice Fusion. So we will now see. I can activate Red Ice Fusion straight away. So that is going to send materials to summon out Dragoon. The one thing about this package is that obviously with Insight, you know, those cards can be dead later on. Even though they will be pitch fodder for, you know, your Dragoon and stuff. That is one of the downsides of this engine, is that like you don't want to play that many bricks, but your duplicate copies of Fusion and Insight do become bricks as soon as you resolve one. But Cursed Eldon going to be the follow-up. That is a very good one to have. And Kha is looking in a much better spot, for sure. That can search for a Conquistador or a Wakero or even a Golden Lord if he wants to. He's thinking a little bit here. Gonna add a Wakero. This is definitely not a bad pick against Drytron. Gonna be setting a couple cards and passing. And Jesse will now draw for turn. So notably, he cannot have Conquistador and Golden Lord in rotation to play around like evenly. Some people are on evenly for this tournament. Ooh, Manju gonna be the normal summon. So it looks like Jesse is also not on fiber stuff, and is just going for a toolbox. I think a lot of people have just cut like the VFD things altogether, and I've just tried to make this as much of an advantage generation deck as possible. But after searching Benton, Droll is gonna be dropped, and that could hurt quite substantially. It might buy Kha the extra turn that he needs. But Jesse might still be able to make a board. Obviously, he can still trigger his Drytrons, go for some link plays to clear the board a bit. The question is he able to? Oh, he's going to actually use Herald of Orange Light to negate Droll. Will we see Dragoon used in response? I think if Jesse's trying to negate Droll, he kind of needs it to resolve. But then you kind of put yourself vulnerable to a potential Zeus, but he is going to commit. Oh, he didn't set the Wakero, maybe have multiples, potentially. You might have multiples here, but he's going to pitch it. That's going to negate the Herald. Now, it doesn't gain the attack boost, of course, because it was already in graveyard, so it didn't destroy his, so it's on 3k still. Which means that a big Ritual can attack over it, because they are 4k. He also has Gamma, which tributed away a Delta. We'll see if there's a response. Kha seems to be thinking. He's gonna let that go through. Gamma can now summon itself as well as the Delta. He can then maybe like link away the Delta if he wants to, but not a big point in doing that because you can't draw under Droll. So you could go for Lyrilusc Assembled Nightingale and just go for Zeus out the board. Granted, there are quite a few Eldlich cards, but I think you just have to try and out Dragoon. And that seems to be the play he's going for. Jesse's going to go ahead and make the Assembled Nightingale. Probably see the battle phase, attack for 800, because it can attack twice, and it gains 200 for each material, so 400 times 2 is 8. And then, yeah, gonna attack twice. Then go to main phase 2, and then make a Zeus. We'll see if Kha has any response or any answers, or if he just has a bunch of Eldritch cards that he's willing to let go. Summon is fine. Jesse will detach. And the board does get wiped. He did have duplicate Walkeros and a Conquistador. And Cursed Eldon gonna be sent, but he has so many golden lands in graveyard. Now he's gonna be able to get a couple of Eldelixirs in the end phase here. So obviously, I don't think Kha is too upset here. Plus, this Zeus is not currently online, and we know one of the cards in hand is a Ben 10. So gonna move to end phase. And then we're going to see double Scarlets. So Kha has to play through one hand trap max. And I doubt you side hand traps against this deck. You would side like back row removal and stuff. Or maybe Ice Dragon's Prison. But like Drytron is not a deck that has a lot of fuck spots. It's playing mostly engine cards. So it's unlikely that Jesse has any real disruptions, so Kha can definitely go in here. He's going to go ahead and set away the Elixir of Scarlet Sanguine. That's going to bring out the Golden Lord. Now he's going to be able to have a disruption, probably get a Walk Arrow. Now, to be fair, there are 2 Drytrons in Graveyard here, which means that Ben 10 is going to get value no matter what. So Jesse's also not out of this game by any means. It's not an amazing spot, but it's not horrible either. Kha's going to set the card that he drew for turn, and then go and banish the Scarlet. That's going to set a... I think you want to get Walk Arrow here. Maybe you get Conquistador to like try and stop Union Carrier, but I don't know. Banishing Gamma seems not horrible. We'll see what it ends up going with, however. Oh, what it could do actually is, I'm not really sure if LCS has adopted the, I can't say they're like new rules anymore, but the rules from the OCG, where if you tribute for cost like this, and then you chain walk hero to banish away the Ben 10, under the new changes, the Ben 10 will not resolve. So, I'm curious if LCS is abiding by these rules. If they are, then you definitely can walk arrow here, and that's going to be big. Stopping the Ben 10, because all that would be left, that we know of at least, is potentially a Delta to draw, and then Gamma to bring back something to make a Link 2, but like then you're kind of struggling. So I would definitely consider, if that is what is in place for this tournament, using the walk arrow here to banish the Ben 10, because it is a cost. Just to make sure. Tribute before semicolon. Yeah, he's thinking quite a lot. I don't blame him. We know that this set, I think this is the Scarlet. He is going to walk arrow. Okay. Let's see if there's any response to this. No response. That's going to go ahead and hit the Ben 10 out of graveyard. I think that is a reasonable play. Now let's see how far Jesse is able to get with the Gamma and Delta in graveyard. Oh, that's right. Of course, Alpha was the one that was used. I didn't even pay attention that it was Alpha. So Alpha can search Ben 10 anyway. So maybe that actually wasn't the ideal play. Okay, so I think Jesse can actually recover from this. For some reason, my brain did not process that this was Alpha being used. So let's think about this. Just going to confirm with Head Judge that it doesn't trigger first. Definitely a good idea. Definitely should make sure of that. That is also the question that I had in mind. Really just depends on what is being used for this event as far as the overarching rulings are concerned. And now, even if this doesn't get the trigger, I think Jesse's in a fine spot. He's got Delta and he's got Gamma. So, hopefully this call won't take too long. I'm actually just going to quickly check the discard and see. Judge calls. Okay, so they just called for a judge. I do have some other games open on some other tabs. Let's actually just check in on that real fast. Alright, so we got... Oh gosh, we got Joachim Eldlich, played by Paulo. Not surprising that he's on an Eldlich build. Versus, who is DP? Let's actually check the bracket. I can check who people are against. Alright, so Dimitar P. Alright, Dimitar Petrov. Okay, that's his initials, so that makes sense. Who's playing, it looks like Eldlich with the Dragoon build. Seems like similar to Causeless. And then I have another game here, which is Avery Foster, who we saw earlier. That's No with the little O face. And then we got Invoked Dogmatica, piloted by Luca Valpot, who finished undefeated in Swiss. So this is first seed. So Dogmatica Invoked here, pulling up strong as well. Alright, so let's go back to the original match. Okay, so it looks like they ruled that it doesn't trigger, I guess. He had a Nova as well. So he got Nova for Zeta. And then Zeta tribute away the Ben 10. Oh, wow. That is quite crazy. So the card he had is Nova. Nova Ben 10, alright. So Zeta can search for Meteonis, Ben 10 can search. Jesse is looking really, really good here. Extremely favored. He doesn't even have to go for the Union carrier line because he has all of his Drytron names set up. Ben 10 gonna search for another Ben 10. But like he could go Meteonis to summon back the Ben 10 and then use Gamma to tribute it and then search again. So off the back of like 2 to 3 cards, he has a full board set up yet again. That is pretty remarkable. Very well played. Delta gonna be used now. That's gonna tribute away the Ben 10. And we know he has Meteonis, so we can get a free draw here in the process. So Delta will reveal the Meteonis. That's gonna draw a card. And then Ben 10's gonna trigger on a new chain. So really I do wonder what the last backer is gonna be, because we know one of them's Scarlet, which is effectively doing nothing here. The other backer is gonna have to be something crazy like a maybe Torrential. Searching Natasha as well. I like that a lot. So we can like use Phoenix to clear the unknown back row. So we know his hand is Meteonis plus Natasha plus whatever card he drew off Delta. So you can pop the back row and then you can ritual summon Natasha. That does kind of lose the Torrential though. So maybe not. It looks like he is going to go for a Link 2 play. He does need to get a Drytron back engraved to be able to get value off Gamma if he wants to do that, so... Well, I guess that doesn't entirely lose to it. Because you can actually recover if you get Torrentialed by going Gamma. So he's going to get rid of Natasha because he can summon it back anyway. But yeah, if his board got wiped... Oh, that was a third Scarlet. Jeez. Okay, that was horrible. Alright, so that's just going to be game, I think. But yeah, even if his board got wiped, you just Gamma, bring back a Drytron, and then you tribute away for Natasha. You can link away and then start Natasha stealing everything, and then there's this game right there. So Meteonis gonna bring back Natasha. You can like link everything away and then steal the entire board, and that's just gonna be game for sure. Effect to gain life on Phoenix. He's gonna gain 950. And that is a like none of these effects are once per turn, which is also like really crazy. But yeah, he's able to go for just the clearing of the entire board. Can just go in like Access Code, then Natasha steal, the Golden Lord, and then link away, and then Natasha steal again. Like this is just infinite link climb. Natasha is a crazy card. Gonna go for Cerberus here instead. He's gonna actually pitch. He is under. Oh yeah, he's under Joel, so he can't draw. Off the Nightmares here. But wait, no, that was last turn. Did he not draw off the... Oh, maybe he just didn't draw off the Phoenix? Maybe I missed it, perhaps. But Natasha gonna target Lord. And then he's gonna gain life on Lord with Natasha. Gonna gain 1250. This card is amazing in time. Or 1750. Oh, yeah, it was brought back by its own effect. That's right. And he's gonna link away for Unicorn. This is the power of Natasha. I really, really like Natasha. Like I was saying in the other match, like some people were saying Natasha's bad because you have to summon it. Like it is not hard to summon in this deck. Meteonis is a crazy card. And just like that, you get to link climb virtually infinitely. And just go for game with ease. Going to go for Access Code, that's going to gain 2k. And then Phoenix popped the last Scarlet. At least I'm pretty sure it's a Scarlet. Unless if I like totally lost track of where things were, which is entirely possible. Oh yeah, he made a Access Code with Block Arrow, which is not an effect monster. Shouldn't be that big of a deal though. Well, he might have to make something different now. Actually, that could matter. No legal link target, he says. Right, so Natasha and Wakero are going to come back. And just rewind the game state. I don't think this deck does play that many Link 4s. We did see Pac playing Appaloosa, though. And he's going to go for Access Code this way anyway. Yeah, it didn't really matter which way he went for it. And that's going to be the end of the game. So, convincing 2-0 victory from Jesse Kotton. Very, very powerful, showing the deck capabilities of going first and going second. And this is a scary, scary deck. Absolutely one of the best decks to beat this entire format. And we'll be seeing Jesse move on to top 8. So thanks guys for watching the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like as well as any thoughts or feedback in the comments. Subscribe for more competitive Yu-Gi-Oh content. If you want to, you can follow me on all social media platforms or support me via Patreon or TCG Player. All the links in the description as always. And until next time, I'll catch you in the next video. See you guys.